What is up, guys? This is Freddy, and today we are back with a new video on Marvel Contest of Champions. So before I get into the video, if it sounds like I'm whispering or something, it's because I am. There are people sleeping in the house right now, so I don't really want to wake anyone up. However, I do want to get this video recorded as soon as possible because it has a lot of good information for you guys that are wondering, those of you who aren't part of the beta, which is me included too. But I did have a friend that got invited to the beta, so I was able to get these stats. So today we're going to be comparing the stats and changes with the new Luke Cage and Red Hulk in the beta versus the old Luke Cage and Red Hulk that are live for most of you guys right now. I was extremely lucky. Like I said, I have a friend that was invited to the beta, and just by chance both my Red Hulk and his Red Hulk are at level 40, and both his Luke Cage and my Luke Cage are at level 40, so we can really compare stats almost equally. I did have to take one for the team and rank up my Red Hulk to rank 4 to equal his rank 4 Red Hulk. So, you know, if that's the price I have to pay to get you guys an equal comparison, then I don't mind ranking up Red Hulk. But before anything, I want to make it clear that this is a beta, so like any other beta for a game, these changes can change. So these changes are not set in stone. Depending on what feedback Kabam gets, they might tweak some stuff, they might, I guess, nerf some stuff that they intended to make, but we will eventually get the final version set out to the public. Also, I am only going to be mentioning the changes that are being made. I'm going to put the entire ability descriptions for both the new and the old Luke Cage and Red Hulk on the screen, but again, I'm only going to be mentioning the new things that are being added. So if some things stayed the same, I'm not really going to mention them, or I'm just going to skim past them real quick. I will give my thoughts on these changes at the very end. The most important thing here is to get the information to you guys as soon as possible, and then let you guys make your own opinions. I don't want my thoughts and my opinions to influence your thoughts. If you do want to hear what I have to say about these changes, then please do stick around until the end. But the most important thing is for you guys to draw your own opinions on this. So let me know your opinions in the comments down below. So starting off, we're going to take a look at Red Hulk. And again, for this Red Hulk, we're looking for all these stats. It's for a Red Hulk at rank 4 and level 40. So changes being made to his passive abilities. He will now deal a flat, which whenever I say flat, I'm going to be saying that throughout the entire video. Whenever I say flat, it means all versions of Red Hulk. So no matter what version, whether it be 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, this percentage will not change. It will always be the same. So for his passive, again, he will deal a flat 18% additional damage for each heat charge that Red Hulk has. Before, the percentage would vary, but Red Hulk will no longer overheat at 7 charges. He now has a max stack of 10 charges, so you know, you don't really have to worry about getting over 7 heat charges, because overheat's not going to be a problem anymore. Also, in addition to those two, he will now have a flat 100% chance to gain a heat charge whenever a poison debuff would have been placed on him. And again, before, this percentage used to vary, now it's just a flat 100%. Changes being added to his blocking ability. So now whenever he blocks, he has a flat 60% chance to convert energy attacks to heat charges, and all attacks from Mystic Champions count as energy attacks for this specific ability. Now for his special attacks, his special 1 and his special 3 stay exactly the same as they are right now. His special 2 does change, however. So now on his special 2, he will consume 2 heat charges to regen 632.4 health, which is about 5% of his max health. Now changes being made to his signature ability. So he will now begin the fight with 2 heat charges versus only starting with 1 before. Physical resistance on Red Hulk will stay the same, and now he will gain 10.84% of incinerate damage resistance per heat charge. And again, he has a max stack of 10 heat charges on him, so you can essentially get him to an incinerate immune status. Now with that, we're gonna move on to Luke Cage. Now Luke Cage, like I said, these stats and everything, that all the percentages and stuff are gonna be for a rank 3 level 40 Luke Cage. Taking a look at his passives, along with his bleed immune status, he now passively gains physical resistance on non-critical hits, whereas before he would just gain them whenever he was being attacked. So it's a pretty good thing. On all his attacks, he will gain 297.45 attack rating for each debuff on the opponent, and on top of that, he has a 30% chance to place exhaust on the opponent, which reduces their critical hit damage by 80.8% and also reduces the potency of the opponent's power gain by 25% for 10 seconds. Moving on to Luke Cage's special attacks, his special one stays exactly the same as the current description under special attacks. His special 2 will now consume all his exhaustion debuffs to inflict concussion. Now this will reduce the opponent's ability accuracy by a flat 25% per debuff converted for 13 seconds. And on his special 3, it's essentially he will just inflict 4 stacks of exhaustion. Signature ability stays exactly the same, only now his indestructible buff will now have a 38.60 second cooldown. So guys, I try to speed through it as fast as I could so you guys could really get the information. If you want to stop watching here and draw your own conclusions, and comment down below and then come back and listen to what my thoughts were on these changes, and I do invite you to do that. I really want you guys to have your own opinions and draw your own conclusion. That's the main goal that I have with this video. However, if you do want to just watch, or you already drew your own conclusions and want to watch this part of the video, my thoughts, starting with Red Hulk. Red Hulk, I really wish that Red Hulk would just be Incinerate immune rather than being Incinerate resistance, I guess. However, after these changes, Red Hulk may be one of the best counters to Mephisto, assuming that these changes are exactly the same once they finally release this and make this beta public, or these changes rather public. I do like the fact that Red Hulk isn't going to be overheating. That's one of the biggest things that I hated about Red Hulk, that once you got to 7, you basically got screwed over and you had to start all over from 0. The regen on Red Hulk is not very impressive, but it is welcomed. I'm not gonna complain about a champion being able to regen ever. I still wouldn't recommend using an Awakening Gem on Red Hulk after these changes, but I do think that he has been improved, which was the entire point of these changes. So for that, I think, you know, Kabam deserves a thumbs up on Red Hulk. Moving on to Luke Cage and my thoughts on Luke Cage. First of all, I love that Luke Cage will gain attack per debuff on the opponent. One of the biggest things that I hated with Luke Cage right now is that he can stack exhaustion up a lot. Like, I think up to 4 without even really trying. But all that really does right now is just activate willpower if the opponent has willpower. But now with these changes, it will actually help out Luke Cage hit harder since every debuff on the opponent increases his attack. Now, I am not entirely sure about the power gain potency reduction. I want to hold off judgment until I try it out for myself. But if that 25% is really good and it really makes a difference, then I think Luke Cage, he's going to be an amazing champion. I don't want to say anything in stone. As you guys know, I don't like drawing my conclusions off, you know, something that I read. But just right now, I think that Luke Cage has all the makings to be a pretty good champion. I am also a huge fan of Luke Cage's new special 2. Luke Cage can easily, like I said, he can easily and quickly place 4 stacks of exhaustion on the opponent. This means with his concussion, he could reduce the ability accuracy of his opponents by 100%. This would place his concussion strength similar to other champions' concussions like Quake and Cable, which you know, those two are pretty good champions, and if you're putting Luke Cage in within those ranks, then I think Luke Cage, this could be another Magic situation where Magic before, she used to be a really bad champion. She used to be the original Spider-Gwen, so I'm really happy to see that Luke Cage is getting these buffs. Again, same as Red Hulk, I still don't think I would recommend using an Awakening Gem on Luke Cage. I would have loved to see a bit more control over the Indestructible buff. The cooldown on the Indestructible seems incredibly long. It will activate only 4 times within the span of a 3-minute Alliance quest or Alliance war fight, and this is assuming that Indestructible is activated immediately at the start of the fight. So really, like I said with Red Hulk, in terms of changes and making this champion better, I think that's definitely been accomplished. We've definitely gotten a quote-unquote garbage champion to becoming something to be good or even great if used in the right hands. I think these are good changes. Again, nothing that we read here today is set in stone. This is a beta, and I want to make that very clear to you guys. But like I always say, I don't like to form my final opinion until I have experienced these changes firsthand, but I do want to get this information out to you guys as soon as possible. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like this video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And with that, guys, I will catch you in the next one.